Very big welcome to you, my dear Virgo. So I'm doing the readings different. I decided since the Aries full moon that I was getting stressed through the moon. And so I decided to change that, right? I got sick and I couldn't do the readings according to how I do it with the moon. And I realized, I was like, why am I stressing out, right? It's like not good. And so I decided to change that. And you get the Ace of Pentacles, the holy money. And in that material aspect of being here in this dimension, being born into this dimension, the first thing that comes out of this vagina is a hand that is holding a coin. And in the coin we have the 5-pointed star, and you see the head, the 2 arms, and the 2 legs, and that's that human aspect. And it's the right hand, the hand of action. And you see here very clearly that the message is to understand this dimension. Why do we come here in this dimension? And this is where we as the tarot readers looking for answers. And eventually you find your answer. Eventually you have understood that here we are learning, and we learn clearly that here a life is worth being lived and understood, and trials and tribulations are being lived and brought to you so that you can grow into the human being that you want to grow into. Now all the aces are connected with the magician, with Mercury. And so I'm taking the deck from Mercury, and look what Mercury is saying. Right? This is how I'm doing the readings. I'm doing it here right in front of you. And so you are getting the Time Master. And so it's really interesting also the way I place the cards. I do not want to look if it's like going towards the new moon or towards the full moon. I place the cards intuitive, and that's the message. The path goes outwards right now because you are born, you are newborn, and you're bringing this money into a time frame. You're bringing your physical energy into a time frame, and then you can become the Time Master, because he has the infinite 8 here in front of his chest. So here we have the 57, right? And the 57, the 5 is here with the pentagram, and the 7 is the crown chakra, is the emotional intelligence to understand all of this. Now when we calculate this together, we get the 12. And the 12 are all 12 zodiac signs, or the 12 could be Neptune, right? And Neptune is in Aries for 14 years. And 14 years is a long time. So we're taking action. We are like, those who are born now, they're going to take action, right? They're not dreaming about things. They are doing it. They come here to do it. And so the 12 then becomes the 3, which is the Empress, which is Venus. Venus is the morning and evening star that helps us to shine, that helps us to become what we want to become. And then the 3 and the 1 is the 4. So the 4 is left, right? Now I can also calculate to the 12 the 1, then we have the 13. There is a transformation. So we die so that we can give birth to our next evolutionary step as a human being. And the soul needs that, right? That experience. And then the 13 is that death and out of death comes a rebirth, the transformation, and then the 4 is also left. So however you calculate it together, you see there are messages in it. But I can also just to the 7 calculate the 1, then we get the 8, and the 8 is here on his chest, right? That infinite loop of inhale, exhale, coming and going again and again, and learning then to become the time master. What a message, right? And then of course the 8 and the 5, the 13, then the transformation comes, and out of the transformation comes a certain stability to be here in this dimension. Now Mercury is in Scorpio, so we're gonna look at the deck of Scorpio, and we're gonna see what Scorpio wants to tell you. And that's gonna be the reading, right? This is how I'm going to do the readings. Just that you know, I have been changing many times, but for me this feels like the solution, the end of it. The Daughter of Wands in the East, Radha. Now these are the princesses, right? The pages. So here Hermann Handel made out of it princesses. That comes from Aleister Crowley. And we see here the 3 fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And they are taking actions, right? And the 12, Neptune, which is in Aries, almost like Aries is coming and saying, yes, now we're going to take action. We're going to play the flute. And Leo is like, yes, and we're going to be creative. And we're going to do whatever it feels like what we want to do. And then Sagittarius is going to say, hey, go for it, because I am the adventurer. I'm the one that is like going for whatever we can go for. And it's a path, right? So the Aries is the Queen of Wands. Leo is the King of Wands. And Sagittarius is the Knight of Wands. And so you see that here we had the 12 and then the 3, and here are 3 zodiac signs coming together. And so there is a 33, the mastery of the time masters through the fire signs, through the action. So you are born to experience that. You are born to awaken to a whole new consciousness, to a consciousness that is creative, that is beginning projects, but that can also sustain projects, and that can end the project. And the holy money is here. So this is really a powerful message. Understand it, use it, and meditate on it, right? And see that new things are being birthed. And in that birthing, we become the creative time master that exudes the action of manifesting whatever he or she feels like now to manifest. Wow. So this is the reading, right? And like I said, it goes to the right. So this is where you have to live towards, right? In this message, you are using the extroverted path. I have it all described down in the description below, so you can have a look at it. And the message, right, is clear. Live that now to the outer world and enjoy, right, the process. So that's the reading. I hope I see you in the next one. And of course, since I'm not looking after the sun and after the moon anymore, it could be the next one is when the sun is in Scorpio. And Scorpio is bringing you here already the action, right? Taking that action out into the world. And so until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.